Are you wanting to increase your credit score fast? Maybe you're wanting to open up a new credit card, buy a car, or maybe even purchase a house. Well, the quickest way to increase your credit score is by tackling your credit utilization. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to increase your credit score fast by tackling your credit utilization. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, where we believe small changes can create big results. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We talk about how to get your money straight, how to increase your credit score, and how to use your credit card like a debit card. I have been working to increase my credit score for over a year, and it started when I was trying to apply for the Chase Sapphire Preferred credit card. And then after I had paid my car off, my credit score had decreased. And so I've really been working on increasing my credit score. And y'all, I have gotten my credit score, depending on which credit score you look at. So my Equifax credit score, I've gotten that up to a 802. But then when I look at my Experience score, I want to say it's like a 755. And then a 744 for my TransUnion, but I'm gonna put my credit scores here. But when you think back to where my credit score was last year, and I think it was maybe like a 700, and now I'm technically up to an 800, because the quickest way to increase our credit score is by tackling our credit utilization. Now, when we look at our credit utilization, that is gonna be our credit limit divided by the balance that we have on our credit card. So if we have a $10,000 credit limit and we owe $1,000 balance on the credit card, that's going to be a 10% credit utilization. Now, when we're looking at our credit score is made up of 5 components. And we're going to have our payment history, our credit utilization, our length of credit, our new credit, and our credit mix. And our credit utilization is 30% of our credit score. And I usually say if you can have your utilization 30% or lower, you're doing good. So if you have a maxed out credit utilization, if you can get that down to 30%, or if you can get that down lower, then you are looking pretty good. Now, what I like to do, I really like to go over to the Experience site. And you don't have to have a membership. You can just go onto the Experience site, but you have to have a password and all that stuff to get in. And they have this credit score ingredient where it'll break down your whole credit score. And then you can like click in there and it'll tell you even more information on how to improve whatever area maybe you're not doing that good in. So for our credit utilization, they have a lot of good information. And they're stating for our credit utilization, they break it down into 3 parts. So our first part is, 1, that we want to have our credit utilization 30% or lower. But it states if we want to be high achievers, we want to have 7% or lower on our credit card. So this is where I like to use a credit card utilization hack. And I'm going to be leaving either 2 or 7% on my credit card, so that, no more than 7%. But what we want to do, we want to look at this as an overall, at all of our credit cards, we want to have 30% or lower. But then individual credit cards, we still want to have 30% or lower, or 7%. So what I like to do, I like to either do the 2 or the 7%. Now, there have been times when I've left 30% on a credit card, but you know what? It didn't even mess up my overall, because I'm usually at about 1% credit utilization, even if I leave 30% or 7%. But on my individual credit cards, I'll make sure to rotate and leave either 2 or 7% on the credit card. That way I'm reporting a balance to the credit bureau, because y'all know when they was slashing credit cards, when they was at credit crunch, and then they was cutting credit limits and closing credit cards, and they had closed my Bank of America, 2 of my Bank of America credit cards, because I wasn't using them. I was like, I learned my lesson, especially because those was my longest running credit cards. So I'm just like, dang, man, they closed those credit cards. But I still had one more credit card that I had for a long time, and that was my Thank You Reward credit card. I have to make sure that I leave a balance on that one from time to time, so that, I don't want nothing to happen to that one, because I've had that one for a long time. The second tip on the Experience site is, so let's say I have 9 credit cards. It's stating that you only want to leave a balance on no more than 3 credit cards. And so I'm just like, last month, y'all, I don't know how I end up leaving balances on 5 credit cards, because it's like the statement date snuck up on me and then I didn't pay it off. And so some of my credit cards, because I was just like, I'm going to just start doing zero utilization. I'm just going to pay the credit card off. I'm not going to worry about it. And then last month, some kind of way, I reported 5 on 5 of my credit cards. So I was just like, dang. But on all of those, it was maybe like 6%, 2%. But I still reported only 1% on my overall credit utilization. So that's why I was stating, you want to take a look at your individual, but your overall as well. And the third thing that experience says is that we don't want to leave balances for overall on all of our credit cards more than $2,500. And so for myself, I have 9 or 10 credit cards, but usually I'm not leaving no $2,500. Usually every month, I'm usually around maybe $1,100 or $1,200 reporting to the credit bureau, and I'm not reporting anything over that. But here it says if we want to be a high achiever, that we don't want to report any more than $2,500. So I think that that's very interesting. But I would say as long as we are not leaving more than 7%, I would suspect. But you know, Experian, they're where it's at, and they're stating no more than $2,500. So you'll have to let me know in the comments. Do you leave more than $2,500 on your credit cards to report on all of them or individual? So for myself, it states, since I've been running these tests on my credit cards, that my credit utilization is exceptional. So I'm really glad about that, even though it's stating that I had left like balances on maybe like 5 credit cards. But I think since I'm always reporting under 7% on my credit cards, and then since I'm usually only reporting about $1,100, my credit utilization is what really keeps my credit score up. So if we want to increase our credit score fast, the best thing to do is to tackle our credit utilization, because you will see an increase. Because I'm just like, wow, my credit score is, you know, 800 for my Equifax, and then like a 755 for my Experian. But I'm gonna have to do a video talking about, you know, like the FICO 9 and the FICO 8, and then especially with the different credit bureaus. So we got our Experian, our Equifax, and then our TransUnion. Because when you go on to the Experian sites, it has other credit scores. So I'm gonna show you, because they have credit card credit scores, they have auto loan credit scores, mortgage credit scores. They have so many different ones. And so I do want to do a video kind of breaking it down a little bit, but let me know in the comments, what do you think? I hope that you found this helpful. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, turn your notification bell on so you'll be notified when new content drops. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.